Today with another video, hanging with my man Charles Walhingford at the Philion in their elite room. It's looking good in here, feeling good. Now today's topic of discussion will be, don't judge a book by its cover. Say, Keith, aka Style Khan, what the hell are you talking about? Well, I have an interesting story. Charles and I were talking about doing something like this, like WatchTime, back pages, reviews, and pulling some articles out. I have like about 14, 15 years worth of magazines, so there's a lot of interesting stories. And with this particular one, it's about the rapper Jay-Z. Now, anybody out there that knows, Jay-Z's a big watch fan, huge watch fan. And with that, he actually had a small problem, if you can't believe it. This is Jay-Z.
Well, I can believe it.
I can sort of believe it. I was telling Charles about this story. He's in Aspen, Colorado. He goes into a Cartier boutique. Said nobody wants to help him out. He's just sitting there looking around. Nobody comes over to help him. And it's like, he said he had some expensive, ski gear on. He said he had his hat cocked to the side a little bit and he was sagging his pants a little bit. But nobody wanted to help him out.
So what did he do?
He actually just looked around, but there was another couple that came in the store. I guess the lady had a fur coat on or something like that. And then the people at Cartier jumped on them. It's like, how can I help you? And then the guy that, the other customer, Jay-Z, was talking to him, and the guy had an Audemars on. And what he did was, he took the watch off, handed it to Jay-Z so he could take a look.
Mm-hmm.
And Jay-Z said the guy looked at him as like you know what this is.
Ooh.
That's his words. Like the guy literally looked at him. And I think that's kind of interesting because no one should judge anyone because you don't know how much money someone has. And sometimes I know people talk about watch snobbery. That's at its fullest right there.
Yeah, and foolish.
Yeah, especially as much money as that man has.
Yes,
sir. Very foolish. But needless to say, the guy that handed him the watch was starting to walk out the store, and Jay-Z says, "Oh, wait a minute." He said, "I have a one of one." The guy looked at him and said, "A one of one? What is that? I never heard of it." He said, "Oh no, I have this special Audemars Piquet. They only made one of them, and it's for me. It's a skeletonized minute repeater with 3 complications." He said everybody in that store was floored by his watch, and the people wanted to help. Can we help you? Can we help you? But before he showed his watch, nobody would give him the, no pun intended, the time of day. And that's just, you shouldn't judge somebody by their looks.
I guess so. I mean, if it was me, if I'm working in there, I would think that if you know what you're walking into, or you're just coming there anyway, you gotta give the person the benefit of the doubt. Because most people, well, everybody's heard of the name Cartier, I guess, but most people who without any kind of either the money or the knowledge don't look at Cartier watches right off the bat. Nobody talks about Cartier, everybody talks about Rolex. Maybe they'll talk about Breitling or Omega. Cartier is not mentioned as much. It's, for us, we all know Cartier, but other than those circles, they don't know that well. So I would think I would give that person a chance, but obviously they didn't.
They didn't, and he never said that he bought a watch from there or not,
No.
But that could have been a big sale. And Charles actually brought something up, the Cartier name. Back in the day, I won't make this too long of a video, but there were 2 watches to have, and I was telling Charles this when I first started collecting. There was 2 brands, and I haven't heard anybody talk about this in the video either. It was either Cartier was your dress watch, and Rolex was your casual watch. You had a Cartier tank, and you had like a Rolex sub, and that was your collection when I first started. I mean, obviously you have all these other brands, and people were still buying them, but to be a true collector 20 years ago, those are the 2 brands. And it's kind of funny, Cartier sort of fell off. I mean, they're doing well, but they're not as big as they used to be. Oh yeah. And people don't think Cartier first when they think watches.
Mm-hmm.
They think of it later on down the road, but it is kind of interesting. When I started, that was your watch collection. Cartier, Rolex, that's it. Then you were done.
You're gonna have to do more videos on these watch time back issues.
Yeah, I plan on doing that, maybe make a little series out of this. Like I said, I've got about maybe 15, 16 years of issues at the house collecting dust, so I decided to pull some out, check out some of the stories, and bring a lighter side of horology. You know, instead of everything being a little serious, uptight, let's bring it down a notch. Throw some fun little stories in, because to me and I don't know if it would be fun if I was Jay-Z and everybody ignoring me, but after you trump somebody on a watch, you know, and Charles is going to put out a video of the $150 jeans part 2. Sometimes my jeans can trump your jeans, especially as a man. My watch can trump your watch. But here Jay-Z pulls out the ultimate watch. Only one ever made, only one that will ever be made like that. It doesn't get much better than that. You trumped me, you won.
He won that round.
Oh, he definitely won that round. And on that note, I'd like to thank my man Charles sitting here hanging out doing a video with me, and I'd like to thank Aphelion for allowing us to film here as usual. If you like the content, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I will check you out in the next video.
How would you spend your money?
Jay-Z money.